The AllStar app, the number one app in the business. UFC, Bellator, One Championship, PFL, and more. Get the app right now. Link in description. Katharina, let's start with your Octagon debut against Mallory Martin. It was an incredible performance, very, very dominant. You know, she was a UFC veteran. You were fighting in your home country. What did you think about your performance?
I'm very satisfied about my performance. We were working on some things, especially for Mallory for the fight, and it was working out really well. So yeah, I'm very critical about myself, and there are things I can improve, of course, like usual. But yeah, generally I'm very satisfied about the fight.
How much pressure did you feel before the fight?
Oh, it was a lot. It's like yeah, but I think I'm like my performance is better when I'm under pressure. So that's a good thing for me. Yeah, I knew that she's a UFC veteran. I know that she's a good all-round fighter. She can strike, but she has a really good ground game. And yeah, I was preparing for that. So I had a really tough fight camp before. So I was yeah, like ready, but the pressure was high. Yeah.
Yeah, you did really well, you know, even when she tried to clinch with you or even she tried to go for takedowns, you defended everything, right? She didn't even get close. You know, were you expecting more of wrestling from her?
More or less. I think I was like, yeah, I was prepared that she will come in and try to wrestle, but I was also prepared for active wrestling for myself. But as I recognized that the stand-up game was working out so good, I just yeah, didn't go into the active wrestling part. So normally I'm only training with men, which are a little bit yeah, weighing more, have more strength, and so I have to defend like really heavy takedowns. And I think that was helping me in the fight because no girl can have so much power as like a man. And yeah, maybe that was the reason why I was able to defend so good.
Yeah, it was great. And, you know, you dropped her twice in the first round with that beautiful left hand. You know, it's a heavy weapon for you, right?
Yeah, I'm a southpaw, so
Mhm.
it's yeah a really good rep. I just have to step in, and it's working out better and better fight for fight. So yeah, I hope it's working out also in the next fight.
Yeah, definitely. Do you feel like when you dropped her twice in that first round, she just really didn't recover from that in the second and third?
I think like she had respect about the left hand, but she was continuing trying to get in and to strike. I think she is also mentally strong and just continues with her work. But maybe there was a yeah like a small part inside of her which was like yeah having a little bit more respect than before.
You know, when you were at the end of the second round, what were your coaches telling you in the corner?
Um, they told me that I just have to continue with the same, but be a little bit more passive, like waiting for her punches and then yeah countering the punches. Yeah, not trying to risk too much because the first rounds were mine. And yeah, maybe that was also the reason why I was a little bit more passive than in the first two rounds.
How important was that fight for your development as a fighter?
I think it was really important because she was, or she is a good fighter, and it was a really good matchup for me, also for her. And yeah, also all the fight camp before, like it was my first fight this year because we had some problems to find her opponent for me, and so I had a really long time without fighting and developing for myself. I think the fight was a part from the development, but not the whole thing. Because before I was like doing a fight, doing the next fight a few weeks ago, doing the next fight, like fight for fight, and I didn't have a long time just for training. And now I had the training time to, yeah, train a little bit more without pressure, without specifically a preparation for an opponent. And it was, yeah, like both was helping me a lot.
You had 10 months between fights, the last fight and the fight before that. What were your focuses? What did you work on the most?
Oh, I worked about on everything more or less. Like I was just continuing my training. I do it every time, like two trainings a day, like for yeah, the different disciplines, and I just try to work on everything, try new things, like in wrestling and jiu-jitsu, but also in striking. And yeah, I didn't have like the specific thing, like I said, okay, I have to improve this or that. I was just working on everything, and also the footwork, and trying to understand the game better.
And MMA Spirit, did you just stay there the whole time, or did you go out and cross train in different gyms?
Actually, I was here for all the time. I was only for 1 week in Gran Canaria for grappling at the fight school of Daniel Ladero. He's a really good grappler, and yeah, that was also a good part just to see another game of grappling. Like every coach has his own strategy, and he's doing some things differently, like we do it here. And so it was just yeah, another perspective which helped me to, yeah, to understand the game better.
I see that you have a judo background, but when I watch you fight, I don't really see that aspect of your game, right? You look like a striker.
Yeah, right. When I started with combat sports after judo, I had a break for about maybe 2 years without combat sports, and then I started with kickboxing. And by now, I didn't, yeah, do so much judo in the fights, but I guess I'm able. I train a lot of wrestling also. In the beginning, when I was starting with MMA, I had some problems because I did some mistakes, which like depend on my judo background, like don't looking for my back, or these things, or I didn't have the grip from the kimono I had before. And I think now I'm more and more able to get the judo background into the game. So like the last fight, Mallory was yeah, a fight of grappling background. That was maybe a reason why I went more into the striking game. But for example, the next one, she's a Thai boxer, and I also want to strike with her. But maybe I can show some of my judo skills.
Of course, of course. And MMA Spirit, how did you connect with that gym? How did you start with them?
It was, yeah, it's a kind of funny story. I was just doing around a year kickboxing for fun, and my work is here on the same street, so I can walk from my workspace to the gym in around 10 minutes. And I was training in another city before, like for fun, because it was like my hometown at this time. But now I'm also living in Frankfurt, and one of my colleagues said, "Hey, there's a gym next to our working space. Let's have a look on this." And then I went there, and that was yeah, the first time I recognized that it's such a good gym, a professional gym. And yeah, from the first day, I just went there for every day then.
And now you're here.
Yeah, that's it.
And you are considered the number one pound for pound women's fighter in Germany. How does that feel after just 10 pro fights?
Actually, I didn't know that by now.
Yeah, I
um,
saw that
that's
online.
kind of cool. Yeah, I think it's, yeah, it went really fast. I was like 10 minutes before, I just was in training, and I just was talking about it, like, hey, it was really, yeah, the time was going really fast. I just did my first pro fight in 2019, and it's, yeah, I I think I'm yeah, a hard worker. Like from the first day, I went here every day. When I started with fights, I went here every day for 2 times, and I always tried to give everything in training and to improve. And maybe that's the reason why I climbed up so fast, because I was doing many fights. Like in 2019, I did 5 fights, including amateur fights. then was the pandemic. That was not the best, but after not afterward, but in 2021, I was also doing 5 fights again. So I had a really high frequency of fighting, and this is why it went so fast.
And here we are, right?
Yes.
Now, less than 2 months, you're going to return. Octagon 37, you're facing Monika Chochlikova. She's undefeated. Of course, we know she's a striker. I think she's a kickboxing world champion. What do you think of her skill set, though, her overall skill set?
Yeah, she's a good Thai boxer. We see it on her record, but she's not that experienced in MMA. I think the MMA fights she also like focused on her striking game, and we didn't see so much wrestling from her or grappling. And maybe she's not like a complete all-round fighter. She's a really good Thai boxer, and she will have a really good striking in the fight. I'm sure. But yeah, let's see how she improved from the time between the fights until now.
Of course. Have you ever faced anybody similar to her in the past?
Yes, yes, yes. She wasn't. She was not so tall like her. She's really tall. That's a That will be challenging because of her like the distance getting in. But I had a fight against a Thai boxing girl. I think it was also 2021 against Anna McSweeney. She's also like a good Thai boxer, and she started with MMA. And maybe that's comparable, but she was like a little bit smaller than me, so the distance will be a huge difference.
But when you get to the ground, that distance doesn't matter anymore, right?
That's right.
The height doesn't
That's
matter
right.
anymore, right?
Yeah.
So after the last fight against Mallory, did you even take any time off? You just went straight back into training camp for this fight?
Actually, after right after the fight, I didn't know about the next fight, so I went off like 1 week, taking a break, driving home to my family, eating a lot, and then I started training again, but like with a yeah not so with a high intensity, just to come in again like 1 week, and then was the time when I heard about the fight, and then I started training like normal for the fight camp. But I think it was like the 1 week off was a good time to recover, and I didn't have any injuries from the fight, so it's no problem for me just to go on, and I'm really motivated to get the next one.
Definitely. And how do you expect to perform in this fight?
Oh, I really want to get in aggressively and just show my skills. And yeah, I want to do a mix of everything. Like I want to strike with her, and just to compare how good is a really experienced Thai boxer in the striking. But there's also a good chance to show my judo skills, as you said, and that's it. Actually, I just want to do a good fight or performing fight, or like I want to entertain the people as usual, and that's it.
Are you looking at this fight as maybe like a number one contender fight? Maybe the winner fight for the belt? It seems like they're trying to make something with that, right? There's no champion right now.
That's right. There's no champion. Actually, I didn't think about this yet. I just concentrated on the fight as like the one fight. I think it's a really good chance to show that I'm one of the best ones in the series. But I'm not sure if there are so many fighters in this weight class yet at Octagon. But yeah, it's a good chance to show that I'm the best one.
It's going to be a huge chance. December 3rd, Octagon 37 in the Czech Republic. Go down the AllStar app in the descriptions. Thank you, Katrina, for the time, and good luck in the fight, and we'll speak again soon.
Thank you.